Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to a new series, or probably the first series of my channel. We're going to be playing on a server called Dungeon Realms, which has been one of my favorite servers for several years. It completely changes the game, really. It's not really Minecraft anymore. It's more akin to RuneScape than Minecraft. And I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a rundown on how to play it. So, I've played quite a lot of Dungeon Realms in previous instances of the game, and in recent times as well. As you can see, I have quite a lot of playtime for this wipe. But in order to get the best feel for this series, I have emptied out my bank, emptied out all of my money, and completely started from scratch. So we are going to hopefully have a good time. And yeah, I'm kind of branding this as a beginner guide kind of thing, but it's pretty much just going to be me going from potentially tier 1 to tier 5, and as I go I'll explain some things, show everybody some of the best places to farm, and more or less an efficient way to progress in the game. So I've just restarted. We've got our starter gear. This will be slightly different because I am a slightly increased level. So I have tiny bonuses that really won't do much. But in general, when you level up, putting points into intellect is probably for the best, because of the incredible importance of energy. As we get to a place where there are monsters we can fight, I will explain more the purpose of energy and why it's important to have a lot of it. It's not incredibly important when you're at tier 1 or tier 2 how much energy you have, but once you start getting to tier 3 and tier 4 and even tier 5, the weapons using them requires an incredibly large amount of energy. So if you run out of energy, it's going to be fairly hard against lower level stuff, because as I said, it's hard to run out of energy at lower tiers, but if you run out of energy, you aren't completely unable to do any damage, and you get slowed down, and you can't sprint. So best way to go about it is to do as much damage as you can while not running out of energy. So here is one of the earliest tier 1 areas. It is the farm, little farm area there. Really easy mobs to kill, right next to a safe zone. Here, I'm gonna run out of energy here. See, I'm unable to swing my weapon, and I'm unable to sprint. So even when you're walking around, you have to monitor your energy. I already own a horse, but I won't be using it until later on, because I want to have an authentic starting feel. And right now we are traveling over to the place you're going to spend the majority of your time as a tier 1 player at. It is called Stonehenge, where there are 2 elite bosses, one of which is named Mitsuki, and he drops the best tier 1 sword in the game. We are going to be farming him and praying that we get his sword. And praying that we don't die. As you can see, it's pretty hard. So we're just gonna take this slow and play it safe. Generally, you don't want to fight Mitsuki until you have a little bit more gear. But we are going to give it a shot. Worst case scenario, we die. Doesn't really matter. Contrary to popular belief, walking backwards and spam swinging your sword is actually fantastic in Dungeon Realms. Mobs tend to not be able to hit you when you are out of like a 1 or 2 block range, so try to abuse Minecraft's mechanics in order to take as little damage as possible. In post-production for these videos, I'm going to be cutting down on the length quite a lot, so hopefully it won't be... Oh shit. Yikes. Let's not get hit by this guy. No drop. We did get an uncommon helmet though, so that's going to be a nice little damage or health increase. As far as how gear scales, there are 4 different possible rarities. There's common, there's uncommon, there's rare, and then there's unique. Each one being better than the last, with unique being the best. Drop rates become incredibly low for higher tiered mobs. For tier 1, you get drops like every other kill or every 3 kills or so. But for like tier 5, you can go 500 kills without getting anything. So that makes the game much longer than if you were to get drops constantly. I'm saying a lot. I'm gonna try not to, but I haven't made videos in a long ass time. Generally, I just stream. My Twitch is on the screen right now if you want to give it a look at any time. I'm going to try to be streaming daily and uploading videos, maybe not daily, but every few days, as much as my schedule allows. I'm going to try to grow not only as a streamer, but as a YouTuber. I want to do some more stuff. As far as content goes, I'll be doing whatever is recommended of me and whatever I have fun doing. So that's probably going to include Minecraft, League of Legends, Destiny potentially. And if anything is recommended, I will give it my best shot and see if I can make it happen. So for a few of different things, mainly professions, I will be making specific videos for them, probably in a week or so. I will try to have a complete beginner's guide finished, tier 1 through 5, and including professions, before this wipe is over. So Dungeon Realms every several months wipes the server in order to refresh the content, and oftentimes in between wipes they add new content or new mechanics. So in the past they've added changes to professions, they've added interactions with certain mobs, they've changed tiers of areas, and in this next patch they're going to be doing probably the biggest content change they've ever done, and they're going to be adding an entirely new area, and that is going to happen in about a month or so, a month and a half. So by the end of that month and a half, I will hopefully have a complete working guide on how to play the game that people can reference if they're new to the server or if they need help in certain areas. So for now, I think I'm going to throw on some music and speed this up and probably resume once we get something interesting, because currently, yeah, not a whole lot of nothing. But I will see you when we find something interesting, hopefully. Alright, let's go. We got his sword to drop. Second kill. That's incredible. That's incredible luck. So as you can see, this is a huge increase, and the biggest plus about it is its massive lifesteal. So with this sword, you can progress much faster. So this should be your first goal when you start playing, is to try to get a Mitsuki sword, because it's really easy to do. As you can see, it only took me 2 kills in about 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. About 5 minutes, actually, of just killing some mobs around here. And bang, we've got ourselves a sword that does excuse me, a lot more damage, and that constantly keeps us at full health with its lifesteal. So pretty soon we are going to move on to tier 2, because we have enough damage to do so. And also because the majority of tier 2 mobs can't hit for more than 130 damage, and we're going to be pretty much full health all the time because of our lifesteal. So I'm going to show you what to do right after this, and that is just kind of make our way over to the town over here called Harrison's Field. You can kind of kill some mobs on your way if you want, but we are going to make our way on over, sort out which is the best gear for us to wear, repair all of our stuff, and then head off to tier 2. From there, we will probably farm until we get a decent increase in health, hopefully a few hundred HP. Then we can potentially move on to Lord Taylor. A few things to mention is that currently my health bar is yellow, and that means that I am in a neutral zone, which means I can get damaged by mobs, but not players. And in a safe zone, you cannot be damaged. However, there is a zone we will be going to fairly soon called the Chaotic Zone, which leaves you vulnerable to being attacked by not only mobs but also other players. So you have to be pretty careful when you go into an area like that. But I don't think we'll be in too much trouble at this stage. At the start of the wipe, a ton of people are at Lord Taylor, so depending on how many people are there, it might not be worth actually going there. Alright, so I think that's the best combination of gear for us. So we are going to give the rest of our gear to a merchant in exchange for scrap. Scrap can be used to repair your weapons and armor for free, which is nice. And also, if you're wondering about this pirate hat here, that is something you can buy from the shop that is purely cosmetic. It doesn't actually do anything. But I think it's a little bit of fun. So if you want, you can get it. If not, you don't have to. It doesn't actually change your strength or anything. And then we don't quite have enough scrap to repair. So we are going to use the anvil and just use gems to repair. So from the chests, we got a few pieces of bread, not too great, and we also got a Harrison's Field book. This book will allow us to teleport at any time from anywhere on the map back to this town. So I'm going to hold on to it for now because we're going to be going a little bit farther away, and hopefully I'll be able to use it to get back quickly, in case I need to get the heck out of Dodge in order to survive. So I'm gonna speed things up a little bit, and I will be back to you when I get to the next spot we're gonna be farming at. Alright, here we are. Right at the edge of the Dark Oak Forest, you'll start encountering Tier 2 mobs. These are chain and stone weapons, but you have to be fairly careful because these can hit pretty hard. Ooh, look at that. First kill we get a drop. Don't expect to get a drop every other kill from Tier 2s, because you won't. Their drops are much more infrequent. But as you can see, damage is much better than a Tier 1. Oh shit. Okay, so realm chests are pretty much a godsend. So we are gonna, I think my realm is still a casino from before I reset my, yeah, it is. Alright, so realm chests are rare drops that can appear randomly in any chest that spawns in the world. These chests, you can either A, place them in your realm for storage, which is what I'm going to do, or B, sell them to other players for anywhere from 800 to several thousand gems, because they're so rare. Once you've placed it, you can break it again, but it is untradeable. So I'm gonna hold on to this here. You cannot keep gems and you cannot keep armor or weapons in any sort of storage device, but you can keep potions, teleport books, and food. So let's head on out of here. That's super lucky for us. And get back to farming. Just gonna, before I speed things up, I'm gonna rattle on a bit. As you can see, name just turned red, so we just went into the edge of a chaotic zone. So an important thing to note is that when you are farming near a chaotic zone, and you don't really have to be, stay near the edge of it, so if you see another player, you can run to the neutral zone. But around here you probably won't see anyone. And an important thing to note is that you can get easily swarmed by mobs. And if you note, all of them have higher health than I do. So it's pretty dangerous to farm this many mobs, because if I get hit, I can get insta-killed pretty much. But I'm fairly certain that I'll be alright because of my Mitsuki sword, which massively increases essentially my maximum health by giving me a ton of lifesteal. The only way I can really die while farming tier 2s is to get one shot. Anyways, that little tidbit, I'm going to speed things up until I get a drop. I will talk to you guys in a second. Alright, we got our first decent tier 2 drop. Here you can see it is a bow that does not quite as much damage, but the cool thing about bows is that you don't need arrows and you can hit from incredibly far away. Our first drop was unfortunately a polearm, which are pretty terrible unless you get a very, very good one. Polearms are helpful in the fact that they can hit multiple enemies at once. See, I can hit both of them at the same time. However, their damage is really low and they use a lot more energy than any other weapon. So, generally, unless you have a really good polearm, it's not really worth farming with a polearm. Alright, back to being sped up. Talk to you in a sec. I actually never knew this was a thing. Huh. Don't know the point of that, but it's interesting, I guess. Alrighty then, well, back to being sped up. Alrighty then, we just got 2 in a row tier 2 helmets. So, which one of these is better? Clearly this one has higher health and armor, but it is an HP regen piece and this is an energy regen piece. So, first thing we need to take a look at is how many of our pieces are HP regen. The answer is 2. Now we take a look at how big the health difference is. For us here, it's not massive. It's only 16. But the reason I'm going to equip this one instead of this one, even though I've been alluding to this one being better, which it is because this one has higher durability. And if we die, this one's going to break, and this one won't. So I'm going to speed things up again, and I'll get back to you guys in a sec. Alright guys, as you can see here, I got a chest plate drop. Just gonna snag that real quick. And it's almost full durability, that's super nice. So we are gonna throw that on real quick after we kill these. Hopefully it's good. I'm not able to check it right now. And if you have noticed, I've been headed that way slightly. And the reason for this is because I'm going to be heading towards another named elite that is very, very strong and will probably kill me, that I'm definitely not ready to fight yet, but I'm making my way over there because he drops the best tier 2 weapon in the game. Alright, this is actually super nice. This is a huge increase in every way over my previous one. Gives me a nice health increase, and we're going to keep on headed over here. If you can see in the distance, there is some stuff that is pretty close to where the elite spawns. The elite is named Lord Taylor, and he has his own castle, and hopefully nobody's farming him. At the beginning of wipes, and when there's more people that are in need of Taylor weapons, there are always a ton of people farming him. But for now, I hope that there won't be too many people. Small problem is that my sword's durability is running pretty low. So I think perhaps, oh, I didn't even realize I got boots. Damn, I'm blind. It might be for the best to head over to Harrison's Field, repair real quick, and then run back. So I'm just gonna do a quick jump cut here instead of just speeding things up. I think it'll be a little bit more interesting to get back into the fray immediately, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so here I am, back pretty much where I was previously. Oh shite. Hop right back into the fray. Just went, repaired my stuff. And hopefully, maybe we'll get a drop. Maybe. Hopefully, maybe. Maybe, hopefully. Nope. No such luck. Alrighty then. Over here is what I was talking about previously. Lord Taylor. Probably not too long ago for those that, you know, for those watching the video, because I'm stupid. Never mind. Pay no attention to the fact that I'm stupid. It's okay. Alright. Heading on over here to Lord Taylor. This is his castle and a little town that I would like to say is called Helmchen. I'd like to say. Here there are a ton of tier 2 mobs, and at the top of the castle there is Lord Taylor himself. He drops entirely uniques, his armor and his sword. The armor is all HPS, which means health per second, and his sword is the best tier 2 weapon you can get. Pretty much. You can get a better tier 2 weapon that's just from a random mob, and just magically it is an incredibly high unique roll, because you can get a unique drop from anything. but I think the best way to get a good tier 2 weapon is to go and get it from Taylor himself. We are not ready to fight Taylor yet, because he can hit, I think, for like 700 damage, but we're not going to get up to 700 health before we fight him. Hopefully we'll get up above 350 before we fight him, but we will try not to die, but no promises. Worst case scenario, we can't fight him, but there are people who have fought him successfully and gotten drops with less health than I currently have. So, oh boy. Lifesteal's magic. There's a helmet drop. Common. Better than my current helmet, so I will put that on real quick. We got a polearm drop, which is pretty bad. So where I currently am is behind his castle. Normally you have to walk all the way up, and Lord Taylor is in there. But I kind of just walked around the back instead of going all the way through his castle. It is a much easier way to get to the top of his castle. I'm in a corner. I do not want to be here. Generally, you do not want to corner yourself. There's a drop, common sword. You can tell it's common because of the white glow, or gray glow. There he goes. She goes. They go. It goes. Right, so let's head on up here. I'm not sure if Lord Taylor is here. He might not be. We will see soon if he is. He just got knocked through the wall. That's strange. And he dropped a chest plate. Not as good as ours. There's Lord Taylor over there. Is that Lord Taylor? No, it's not. What the heck? Lord Taylor might already be dead on this shard. So, unfortunately... Shit. Shit. That is him. I'm going to try not to aggro him, because he will kill me. I was just checking to see if he was alive on the shard, and he just came back alive. And the fact that he was dead means somebody else was farming him, so... we might not want to be here, because we are indeed in a chaotic zone, in a contested spot. Hopefully nobody kills us, but we'll see. And oftentimes when you run into people in chaotic zones, they will not try to kill you. But if you do, it's best to play it safe and try to steer clear of them. We are running low on food, so this... oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be tough to kill him without dying, but we can give it a shot. Alright, he teleported back. When a mob is past its tether range, it will teleport back to its spawn point. Sometimes not immediately. It'll chase you farther than it should. Which can be quite irritating sometimes. But but he was past his tether point and teleported back to his spawn, which is in here. So we are going to pull him real quick and try our best to farm him without getting hit. There. When he starts to explode, that means he's going to hit really, really hard very soon. So you want to give him as much space as you can because it's an AoE attack. Alright, so we don't have sprint anymore, so we have to be very, very careful. So as soon as he starts exploding, we need to stop hitting him so he stops chasing us. Alright, he teleported back. So we need to play extremely cautiously if we don't want to die. Because if he hits us with an explosion, we will instantly die. So we will continue to play it safe, and hopefully, if we're lucky, get a drop from him. But chances are we won't. There you go. He hit me pretty hard. So I'm going to use my potion real quick. Damn it. Alright. Unfortunately, we got killed. And our stuff is pretty far away. But I think we will be able to get back to it in time to get it before it despawns. Potentially not. We will try. I will give a quick jump cut to us back there. Alright, we are back. I'm gonna see if we can run in there and save our stuff. Uh-oh, it's just right here. Yes, we can indeed save our stuff. Sweet. That's great. We were able to save everything. So I don't think we are quite ready for Taylor. So there is one option. Motherfucker. Why are you out here? Go back. Stop chasing. Go back. Go back. Go back, damn it. I said go back. What the hell? There we go. He chased very, very far. So it seems Lord Taylor is still there. So I think I might give it one more shot. It's going to be pretty sus, but I'm gonna try one more time to kill Lord Taylor. Just so I can get my revenge. But in all honesty, probably not the smartest idea. There is another option if we aren't able to kill Taylor here, which I am suspecting is true. We can go farm another named elite who drops a fairly good polearm and energy armor, which is incredibly important because it's 3 out of 4 pieces of your set. So we will see if he's a wee bit too tough this time around. We will head on over to our friend Copjack. This is a nice little spot here, little choke point. This dude has a lot of health. I hope he drops an armor piece, because that'll be a good armor piece. If he drops, that would be real nice. The more health a mob has when they drop, the more health their armor will give you. So a very high health mob will have a much higher chance of giving you a higher rarity piece of gear from killing them. Fortunately, the respawn time for the normal mobs around here is so high that I don't think I'm going to be able to fight Lord Taylor without some unwelcome guests. But we will give it a shot here. Jeez, we're out of food again. So I don't think this is going to work out too well. If we had an ice weapon, this would be a lot easier, because ice slows them down. Alright, now we're gonna get away from him, because if we get hit by that explosion, we are going to be in trouble. It would be nice if we could... Yikes! Oh my god, I panicked through my weapon. I need to... Oftentimes, it's best to not have your drop on Q, because it's so easy to accidentally Q when you're, like, when they jump to you and they make a loud sound. It's... If you are easily jump scared like I am, probably best to not have drop on Q. This is where the lifesteal comes in super handy. Tons of mobs, but it doesn't matter because I can just heal up real fast. Chestplate, an axe. Nice. So what this has accomplished is that we've done about 200 or 300 damage to Lord Taylor. So this is going to take us quite some time to kill him, but I think we will be able to. Oh, maybe not. Definitely not. We're out of food. When you're completely out of food and you start starving, you don't start dying. You do, however, lose a massive amount of energy regen. So this becomes incredibly difficult. So hopefully we don't die here. Anywho, I've been recording for about an hour now, so I'm going to call it here. I will hopefully not have my teleport stopped. Something nice about entering a safe zone, you have your hunger instantly restored. So I'm going to call it here. Thank you, everybody. I will catch you in the next one.